So I thought there'd be nowhere more fitting than to stand outside the headquarters of General Motors whilst I create this video. And as I've said in one of my previous updates, I'm here at Trustbelt. I'm delighted to be one of the speakers here. I'm going to be talking about artificial intelligence, skills shortage and skills gap, and the gig economy. But I want to sort of talk about, what Trustbelt is about, because the saying is Rust Belt, and sort of in a generation or two there has been a huge decline in the sort of manufacturing sector and work that's available for skilled labour. And this is for a number of reasons, costs, and also technology and robotics that came into this industry that kind of, replaced what once would have taken hundreds of men and women, now only takes a handful. But the question you have to ask yourself is, what happens to all those workers? What happens to all those people and all their families? And what do they do? How do they move? How do they adapt themselves and take on new jobs? And where are these jobs? Where are they going to work? What are they going to do? And I think what this highlights is that, the car industry and Rust Belt, as it's said around the mid-US, it's not actually unique to this industry. Technology now has become so good that we've created that it's replacing many of the jobs that once required human intervention. And I'll give a great example, in recruitment. Artificial intelligence now has the ability to source candidates at such a rapid rate that the need for resources is becoming less and less. These are jobs that once people had within the recruitment space in their thousands that are now no longer needed. And that's just a small example. We have to take into account the positives and the negatives with technology, because, this is coming from me. I mean, I love technology. I think it's fantastic. But I think we have a responsibility to ourselves, and we have a responsibility to each other to create technology that serves us but doesn't put us out of service. And I think that sadly, in the pursuit of profit and growth, we've forgotten about the very fact that, the fibre of life is about earning an income, being able to pay for our families and feed them and have a decent standard of living. And for many people that has become short. So now we owe it to ourselves to kind of be conscious of this factor and think of ways of how can we utilise technology and how can we work together in order to create a new way of working that means people are skilled to do the jobs that are available today. The technology doesn't just come in and take everything away from everybody so that there's nothing left for the mass working market. And how can we make sure that this starts from the very beginning, and that starts from the education of our children. So I'm going to be discussing all of these areas, and I'm thoroughly excited to do so. It's great to see the General Motors HQ. I've often seen this building on, movies and I guess documentaries, that should be more specific. But I think it's a great sort of symbol of, how brilliant we can be, but also how far we can get it wrong sometimes, and how we need to put this right. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to Trustbelt. I think their conference is fantastic, and look out for more videos from me explaining about how we are going to change the way that the world of work works through the use of technology, but for the benefit of the working labour force. Thank you.